Hey everyone, it's been a good minute. It's been a month. Yeah, so after the whole debacle, after everything that happened, immediately following my video on Josh Alexander versus Will Ospreay and all that, drama happened throughout the wrestling industry and exploded onto massive amounts of insanity. So much so I had canceled a whole bunch of projects I was going to do, video plans I was going to do, talking about the road to WrestleMania because of the Vince lawsuit, then all the drama going on with the fan bases because they've lost a completely ever-loving shit minds. And let's see, gatekeeping, tribalism, horrible allegations that have been unearthing, and years of horrible secrets being unearthed once more and more aware in the public conscience, causing massive upheavals in the wrestling industry. So an average summer 2021 moment happening here. And 2022. Mostly 2022. Oh, and the all-in brawl out thing. And then Punk got injured. That sucked. And Drew McIntyre still in his emo phase, albeit justly, and having fun with that. I've just been on this massive hiatus from the wrestling space in terms of YouTube content creation, and been mostly following the Vince McMahon BS that happened. So, yeah. And certain people were handling it horribly in their comments. Triple H and John Cena. Yeah. But let's get back to some things. Bryan Danielson versus Jun Akiyama, aka Eddie Kingston's hero, aka Kingston School Crush days, because that is how Eddie Kingston seems to be portraying this. And I can understand what happened at the end of the match of why he took off his headset, because he was on commentary for this. Bryan Danielson challenged Jun Akiyama because he knew it would provoke Kingston, because Jun Akiyama is Eddie Kingston's biggest hero. And Eddie Kingston worships Jun Akiyama, and he even got a match with him, so that was awesome. And Bryan Danielson, refusing to respect Eddie Kingston, has now left Eddie Kingston feeling more demanding of saying, I'll put my titles on the line unless you shake my hand. I'll put my titles on the line, and if I beat you, you shake my hand. And Bryan took that challenge and accepted it, and people are now still demanding Bryan still gets one major title win throughout in his entire AEW run, because he's retiring this year from full-time wrestling, so you may despair on that. So, yeah. So at Revolution will be Eddie Kingston and Bryan Danielson for the AEW Continental Crown Championship. Awesome belt. Eddie Kingston won the Continental Classic and finishing the story mode moment. But Bryan Danielson announced he would fight Jun Akiyama, and long and behold, we got this match on Collision as the main event, which also featured the return of Malachi Black in singles action after 2 years. Yeah. So anyways, that happened, and this... Oh god. Let's just sum up everything Bryan's doing at this point in AEW. Ever since he announced he intended to retire, Bryan Danielson has more or less gone into the whole, and Tony Khan's given his blessing for this, has gone into this whole state of I do whatever you want, fight anyone who you want. You want me to get you Zack Sabre Jr.? I'll get you freaking Zack Sabre Jr. You want Okada? I'll give you another match with Okada at Wrestle Kingdom. You want to go ahead and probably fuck Brie and exploit your fetishes on TV for the whole world to see? Okay, we can probably not do the first part, but I'm pretty sure the second part's negotiable. Because, like I mentioned, AEW operates under all horny mentalities. So this is all horny wrestling. They're even having a match where they're literally calling it Meat Madness, and somewhere out there, Big E Langston is having a moment realizing that he is being honored by AEW without actually doing anything there. Pretty sure that was the Young Bucks idea, because they have the most history. Because they and Kenny Omega, who's also recovering from diverticulitis, yeah, that sucked. Have a history with the New Day, so there's that. But yeah. Oh man, when I heard this match, I was like, okay, Eddie Kingston's gonna do two things. One, he's going to get extremely pissed off, and two, he's going to squeal like a fangirl seeing his idol going ahead and defending his honor, more or less. And I was right. And this match, okay, this is a scientific strong style match, and it's great. Bryan continues to makes everybody look like $1,000,000 at his point in career, though I still wish he stopped doing the diving headbutt, because for God's sakes, Bryan, could you please stop? You already had enough injuries going on the last year alone, so stop it. And Jun Akiyama just, like I said, looked like $1,000,000 on here in this match. It was fun, it was scientifically strong style, it was everything I wanted to see from these two, and Eddie Kingston is just a natural fun on commentary. Man, he's so fun. It's gonna suck when he has to retire one day. I'm half expecting him when he's retiring, he's in the middle of the ring covered in his own blood with his title taken from him, and he's gonna scream out, "With my last wrestling breath, I curse Castagnoli!" Blech. So, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's going to be freaking awesome. Oh, and Sting's retiring, so that's depressing. After AEW Revolution, and he won the tag title, so that was awesome. And the Young Bucks are back as heels and becoming everything that CM Punk portrayed, how fans portrayed them to be because of CM Punk, meaning that they could have done this the whole time, but because we don't live in a perfect timeline where everything could work out with the Elite and Punk, we are left with what could have been. Oh, and Punk got to miss WrestleMania again because he got injured. Have I told you life is horribly unfair to all of us, including the wrestling fan base? But yeah. So yeah. With all this going on, just trying to get back into the swing of things with wrestling, since I have not watched wrestling in a month. I had not watched the Rumble. I did not watch Elimination Chamber. I did not watch anything going on, mostly for two reasons. One, work, and two, wrestling politics going all haywire. And that's not even counting all the Eric Bischoff and Kevin Nash rants. Mostly Bischoff. Surprisingly, I haven't heard much from Cornette, so I should either be concerned or happy. But yeah. I just needed a comfort match. Just to get something that's not with the Elite, not with Punk, not with WWE. And Bryan Danielson and Jun Akiyama was that comfort match. And just good storytelling all around. Yeah. Also, allow me to just point this out. There were tribalists from both the WWE and also those who don't even watch anything else outside of WWE or AEW, were say, who is this guy? Even though he's been on program like 2, maybe 3 times in the past, and AEW even went out of the way to produce a video package to explain who Jun Akiyama is and why he's so important to the story and why he's so important to Eddie Kingston, and you still had gatekeepers trying to say, he's a nobody though. And I'm pretty sure Eddie Kingston, if he heard you call Jun Akiyama that, he would go up to you and kick your ass, because that's just what Eddie Kingston would do for disrespecting his hero like that. He's the real man. So, yeah. Bryan Danielson is having this last full-time run. I'm going to miss that too. Oh, man. And taking place in Springfield. I'm pretty sure Homer Simpson was there. I don't know. And Bryan got the victory. He got the victory. He got the match done. No complications whatsoever. Shook hands with Jun Akiyama. Yeah, this is kind of a thing I've been noticing when I look on the articles and stories, that Bryan's in this limbotic state of sorts with if he's a heel or a villain or a hero character, like a heel or a face, and I'm just like, he's kind of both. He's an anti-hero, but he's also anti-villain. And then he flips off Eddie Kingston, and Jun Akiyama seeing a prodigy child of his being disrespected by Bryan Danielson, smacks Bryan in the face for disrespecting his fanboys. And I knew why instantly I got. And then when I saw that, I was like, okay, yeah, I get why Bryan Kingston took off his headset, because they would have heard him squeal, and no one wants to hear that just yet, unless he's laughing. So yeah, Bryan was like, okay, I'm sorry, it's just me and him have beef, and I'm sorry, I should have done this in front of you. I know Eddie Kingston's important to you just as he's important to him, just as you're important to him. I'm sorry. Then he shakes his hands and then kicks him in the balls. And then Eddie Kingston, not liking this disrespect to his hero, goes into the ring and fights to defend his honor, and beats the crap out of Bryan, only for Claudio to come and save the day. Dun, 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 dun. Wait, am I a villain? Yes. Okay. And then proceeds to help kick. BCC proceeds to kick Jun and Eddie Kingston's ass. And then, oh, if you're wondering, Willa Yuta's injured. So that sucked. And then, long and behold, FTR, because they also have a storyline going on with Blackpool Combat Club, come out to defend the honor of Kingston and Jun, and throw the Blackpool Combat Club of Bryan Danielson and Claudio Castagnoli, out of the ring as they celebrate the disturbing actions. And Tony Khan makes the announcement, we're gonna get a trios match on the final Dynamite before Revolution, damn it! We're gonna have a great match. It will be Eddie Kingston and FTR versus Bryan Danielson, Claudio Castagnoli, and Jon Moxley in trios action. This will be one for the ages, everybody, and I'm pretty certain we need to punch the living hell out of the Acclaimed right now. And for those who don't know, apparently Matt Cast's father died, and that's why he was so emotionally, why he choked in his rap, because he probably wasn't even feeling caring about this. Then he probably still has heat for the whole comment he made a few weeks at Independent show. But yeah. So, yeah, that happened. So, yeah. Bryan Danielson, Jun Akiyama, thank you for giving me a comfort match. I would say I hope Tribalists just stop disrespecting the game here. But, you know, that's asking too much from both sides. But, yeah. And it's just fun seeing Bryan Danielson just having all these big matches he wants to do, and Tony Khan's being like, I'll let you fight anyone. I mean, like, I wish I could help collaborate with WWE, but I'm dealing with a guy who doesn't like me that much, and I kind of don't like him at times. Until I do, and then I just go through a mode. And here's the thing about Tony Khan. He didn't win Booker or Promotion of the Year, and he surprisingly not said a thing about that. Honestly, I was surprised he didn't. I was expecting a myriad of responses, but because Bryan Danielson is dishing out the fines as part of the disciplinary committee, because let's be real, Bryan Danielson here's the thing, people actually try to gatekeep why is Bryan doing disciplinary committee stuff, and I was like, if I was the booker, if I was the promoter, if I was the owner of a promotion, I honestly would trust Bryan with this power, because Bryan Danielson doesn't have that ego level. Oh, sure, he may act like it on TV, but he doesn't have it. He's way too humble. In fact, he doesn't even want the world title, even though everyone else keeps saying, hey, we want him to have a run with the title, damn it! Though that does raise the question, when are we going to get Bryan Danielson versus Samoa Joe? I've been wanting to see that for a while. I don't think anyone's seen that in years. But, yeah. Let's just hope that happens down the road. Like, Bryan will put over Samoa Joe and make him look like $1 billion even. Hopefully. Yeah. So, yeah. This was your host, Eric Brown of Neo Reality Entertainment, NRE The WrestleVerse. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my content in the description below. Stay tuned for more. And I'll see y'all again next time. Peace and take care. Keep on wrestling. And tell me what you thought of the instrumental music I used. on the right hand side. Peace.